Hello, good evening, everyone. So the training is starting now. You are all welcome to today's training. I can see only two people here. Okay, three people. So let's wait a little bit for two more people to join before we start. So now let's start. So you're all welcome to today's training. So in this training, we are going to be learning how to set up company's file. So today, we are going to start with how to create company file. So let's get started. So the name of the company we are going to use is Diviass Nigeria Enterprises. The company is into general trading, basically on electronics, office equipment, and accessories. So let's get started. Now we are going to start with chart of accounts. In the previous training, I taught on how to set up a chart of accounts. Chart of accounts is just like your ledger. Like for instance, here now, anything you post into this accounts, Zenith Bank will be reporting here in this chart of accounts. So here we have created two bank accounts. We have Zenith Bank, cash in hand. Then under account receivable, we have three debtors. Under account payable, we have three creditors. Then under income, we have product sales, service income, purchases, and so on. So before we go into this, let's quickly look at how to create company file. So let me share that with you. So now to create company file, you start by installing the accounting software, which is QuickBooks. So after that, you have a window like this. So through this window, you come to create a new company file by clicking on the button here. So you have two options. In fact, you have many options. The first one is Express Stats for beginners, then Detailed Stats for at least an intermediate user of the software. Then here you also have another option, which is to create the company based on existing one, or you convert from other accounting software. So today we are going to be using this Detailed Stats. So the name of the company will be Diviass electronic, because I already have Diviass Nigerian Enterprises and First Training. So let's use Diviass Electronic Company Limited. So you can copy this. Then you put the tax ID. The tax ID must be there, but it is compulsory. So one, two, three, four. So it must be 7 digits after the first 2 digits, then followed by hyphen. So after that, you put the address. Allen Ikeja. So I'm going to start the music. So from here, I think it's not clear enough. So, or never to worry, I will correct that. Then under zip, you can put the country Nigeria, the phone number, email, and websites. They are optional. Then here you can choose general product based business. Next. Then you select others. Next. Then your fiscal year, January, yes. The password can be set later. Next. Then where do you want to put the company file? You can put it under local disk by creating a new folder as Diviass Electronic. Then you save the company file there. So let me share again so that next. So from here we can structure our chart of accounts. Let's remove this. These ones are not compulsory, so we can always do with them. Yes, printing and reproduction, Taxes on property, yes. Finance charge. So next. So here now we are done with the company file creation. So you can now go to setup. Can remove all these ones. And now, so we are done with the setup. Now, let me expand this for you to see clearly. So now we are going to start with the postings. So here, let me share with you the data files. So from the data files we have here, let me share the, let me stop this and share the, so here now we have the training manual. So on the training manual, we have chart of accounts here, which is just a sample and which can always be edited later. So next on the list here, we have, let me expand this. So we have our inventory items, laptops, mobile items like Infinix phone, computer mouse, then HP ink. That is under inventory items. And the first thing we are going to do is to create these items. So we are now going to how to create inventory items. So the first one we are creating now is HP 250 G8 under laptop. So let me share the screen for you to see how that is done. I believe you can see the screen now. Okay. So now what we are going to do now is to go to inventory items and services. You expand this. You can right click, create, select new, then inventory parts. So here you put the item name here, then you click on this. Then you select the cost of sales accounts. You select if the item is going to be taxed, then the cost price and the selling price. Then you select the sales account, which is this. By default, we have this as inventory asset accounts under other current assets. So all these ones are very, very important. They are very key to setting up of your inventory item. So now let's check the item unit costs. The unit cost is 300,000, 300,000, 300,000. Then what's the selling price? The selling price is 380,000. 380,000. So I think that is all for now. So once you have been able to put the item code, the item name, then you are good to go. You can select OK. You can click OK. So we have created that. So let's create the remaining ones. You have Lenovo ThinkPad. Lenovo ThinkPad. Next. Copy. We change this one from service to inventory parts. If you are creating inventory items, always select inventory parts. So you right click and paste it here. Right click and paste. Now our next lesson, I will teach you how to create sub items. So for this training, let's just create them direct. So now the cost of sales account is the next, which is by default this account that we have here. Then here you select none. So the next thing now is we have gotten our cost of goods sold account, the sales account, which is this sales. Then by default we already have inventory assets. You can always select a different account if you have a different account for the inventory items. So now let's put the item cost and the price now. So we have 350 as the cost price. You can copy it from your file or you can type it in directly. Then the selling price is 420,000. 420,000. So you click OK. Close. So we've created the second item. So the third item now, the third item is Infinix Hot 40. Copy it. Right click, you select new, select inventory parts, then put the item name. I hope you are getting it now. So let me put the cost price this time around. 120,000. 120,000. Then the selling price. For those who already have the training manual, you can follow up with the manual you have within your disposal. So the selling price is 150,000. 150,000. Then non-tax, the cost price. Yeah, then just put the selling price by pressing S. Then you say okay. Then you close this. The next item, computer mouse. You can always type it if you want. So right click, select new, select inventory parts, you paste it here. That's the item code. You can always create a different item code if you like. Then the selling price of the mouse is 5,000. 5,000. The cost price, sorry, 5,000. Then the selling price is 8,000. 8,000. Then you select non-tax. Then the sales accounts, that is all. Then you click OK. The next item, HP 415 ink. You right click, select new, select inventory parts, paste it. Then the cost price now is 18,000 for one. 18,000. 25,000, that's the selling price. Sales. So that is it. So now the next thing we are going to do, for you to be able to sell an item, you must have the item in stock. So if you look at the training manual, you see that for HP, we have 5 in stock on hand as our opening balance. For laptop, also laptop Lenovo, we have 3. For Infinix, we have 10. Computer mouse 30 and HP ink 15. So we are going to bring in quantity. We are going to add quantity to those inventory items now. And to do that, you will come to, let me See, I believe you can see the screen. So now to do that, you will come to inventory section here. Then you come to adjust quantity or value on hand. Then here you are going to select quantity and total value. Then don't forget, if you look through the schedule, the training manual here, you will notice that we have these transactions within October. So since October is our transaction period, we're going to select September for the to bring in the inventory items. So let's assume it's September, so you choose the last day of September. So now any item we post here now will be the opening balance for October. Then you select the accounts, the adjustment accounts. So that will be equity accounts. Assuming October is our beginning period. So you select, you will not mind this, just cancel it. So we're going to select the item one after the other. The computer mouse, you select new quantity, 30. The next item is HP250. The opening balance for HP250 is 5. And the next item, HP415 ink. And the quantity here is 15. We put them under new quantity. The next item, Infinix Hot 40. What's the quantity? 10. And next item is Lenovo ThinkPad. The quantity on hand, that's 3. So now we have been able to bring in all the inventory quantity for the opening balance. So which is closing balance for September. So they are going to be our opening balance for the month of October, which we are using as our sample data. So now we click save and close. So what you have been able to do now is to bring in all the opening balances. So the next thing we are going to do now is to make sales, and receive money. So let me share the screen with you. So here now, we have on the 2nd of October, we sold 2 quantity of HP250. So we are going to post, see how that one is going to be posted now. Let's see how we are going to post that. So to post the items, so you can generate invoice and receive payments later. So that's one option. So the second option is to come to create sales receipts. So in this case, you sell and you select the bank immediately. So here now you are going to select the customer. So let's go through our data sheets. Here we have Adeyemi and Sons. Adeyemi and Sons. So the first thing is to create the customer. Click OK. Then you select your mode of payments. Now the next thing is dates. 2nd of September, of October, so rather. Then you select the item. What are we selling? HP 250G8. Then what quantity are we selling? 2. The rate is there by default, so the system will calculate the total for you. Then you can always select the check number here. So let's select the bank. Let's set up the bank from here. So let's go to payments. Check this. So go back to home. So let's create the bank. Zenith Bank. So you select the bank, then you click save and close. The next item is Infinix Hot 40, sold on the 4th. On the 4th. So Chioma Ventures. Click OK. Create the customer first. Select the bank, the mode of payments. You can create mode of payments. You can say transfer. You say order or MasterCard, as the case may be. Then you select the item, Infinix Hot 40 From here, you select the item, Infinix at 40. So how many are we selling? We are selling 3. So that's for 50,000. One is 150,000. Then you select save and close. And don't forget to always select your bank. So the next item we are selling is HP HP Inc. HP Inc. Come to create sales and receipts. You select the customer. If the customer is not on the list, you select add new. You paste the name, click on this, then you click OK. The next thing you select your bank, Zenith Bank. Then you select your mode of payments. It can be transfer, you select done. Then you select the dates. What's the date? On the 8th of October. Select the dates. Now the item. What item are we selling? HP Inc. Select the HP Inc. Then what quantity are we selling? 10. Yes, 10. Then the next thing is save and new. Since we still have more to post. The next item is Lenovo ThinkPad on the 13th. The customer is not here, so you create the customer. After that, you select your bank. Then the date, let me check the date again, on the 13th of October. On the 13th. Then what's the item? Lenovo ThinkPad. So how many are we selling? 1. Under the quantity, you put 1. So that's 420. 420,000. You still have more to post, so you select save and new again. So the next item is computer mouse. The customer is Adeyemi and Sons. Select your bank, your mode of payments, then the item, computer mouse. How many are we selling? 10. If the price changes, then let's select it. Sorry, that's on the 17th. In case the price changes, assuming the item is now 9,000, you can always change the rates or the total amount here. So whatever you put here will override the price you set earlier. So now save and close. So that is the end of sales record. That's the end of sales record. So that's how to post sales. So now let's move on to the next on the list. So the next here is returns. Returns. That's under this. Let me share this on the screen. The next item now is returns. So let's see how that one is done. Oh, sorry, I didn't see that on time. That's Mama T, right? Hello? Hello? So now let's continue. So the next thing now is how to post returns. So here now, let me share the screen with you. So as you can see here, we have HP Inc. returned by Zion Computers. That's one of the customers. Then we have computer mouse also returned on the 19th. So let's see how that is done. So to post returns from customers, to post returns, so you come to, let me go back to QuickBooks. Hello? So let me go back to the QuickBooks. So now to post returns, you come to this section here, to this window, returns and credits. So you select returns and credits. Then you select the customer name. The customer is Zion Computers. Then you select the date the item is returned. The item was returned on the 9th of September. So select 9th of September. Let me check. Sorry, 9th of October. So you select on the 9th of October. Then you select the item. What's the name of the item? HP Ink. So now how many? Two. Two units were returned. So now you select save and close. Remove the tags. Then select save and close. You have changed blah 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 the transaction. You say yes, you click yes. So now below you click on save. This window will pop up. You have three options here. Are you going to retain it as an available credit in the customer's account, or you are going to give a refund, or you want to apply it to an invoice? Maybe the customer has an existing invoice and you want to apply that money, you want to use that money to pay for that invoice. So you have three options. So that's why they call it credit and refund. So here now we are going to allow the money to stay in the customer's account as a credit. So you select OK, and that goes. So the next one is computer mouse, returned by Adeyemi and Sons on the 19th. So you come to this same button, return Adeyemi and Sons. Then you select the item that is being returned. What's the name of the item? Computer mouse. Computer mouse. Then the quantity. The quantity returned is 2. Then you say save and close. So now let's assume we want to give a refund to this customer. So let's use this option this time around. Give a refund. You select OK. So this window will pop up for you. The amount to refund is 16,000 to Adeyemi. So you can now put your memo here, being a refund for item returned. For items returned. And that's all. Then you select where you are paying from. Is this any bank? Is it cash in hand or any other bank where you are returning you are making the payment from? So once you do that, to be printed, if you want to print it, you can check this. If you don't want to print, you can uncheck, then you click on OK. So that is how to post returns, sales returns. So now we are moving to the next, which is purchases returns. But before we go to purchases return, let me see if you have anything for purchases. So if you don't have, then let's move to purchase return. Assuming from the opening balances we have some suppliers that we returned some items to. So let me share that with you quickly. So you can see it here from our sample data here that on the 11th of October, we returned HP 250G8 one quantity to Mega Electronics Limited. So that's one of the suppliers. So we are going to see how that is done right now. So let me share the screen with you again. So if you didn't join us from the beginning, maybe after this live training, you can go to Facebook to check the video, the recorded video from the beginning so that you can understand better. You can always watch it over and over so that you can always understand better. So now we are going to do the posting and let's see how that is done. HP 250G8. So the way we are going to post returns, as in purchases return, is a bit different from how sales return is posted. For sales returns, you come to this menu here, but for purchases return, you come to enter bills, just the way you create bills when you are purchasing items from your vendors. But in this case, instead of leaving this as bill, instead of taking bill, you check this credits. So once you click on this vendor, if the vendor is not available, you create the vendor. But this one, because of the training, so that's why you are seeing it just being created now. So it is assumed, we are assuming we have created the vendor before. So in your own case now, you just select the vendor because the vendor must have been in the system before you purchase the item. So now the quantity we are returning is one of this item. That's HP 250G8. So you come to under item, you change this one to item. We have two options here for this entire base. You can use it to post expenses or to post items. So whatever function you are performing determines what you are going to select. So since you are posting items, so you select these items. You notice that initially it was on accounts. So this one is just for posting expenses. So that is why you are having accounts here. But for items, you select this. So now you select the item, HP 250. Then we are returning one to the vendor. So you click OK. Don't forget to select the dates. The date is 11th. The next item we are returning is printer ink. So this vendor, Office Depot NG. And that's on the 21. On the 21. So we are going to create the vendor because we've not created them before. So the vendor has been created. Then the item is printer ink. You select the item. Then the quantity, 3. Quantity is 3. Then the date, 21st of October. Then you can put the reference number here. The reference can be supplier's invoice number. So now that you have input all the necessary items, then you save and close.
No, the one I want to buy, you sell it. I'm sorry, madam. Leave this one now. Leave this one.
So next we have refunds. We want to like for the sales return we did the other time, we've treated one refund. So this one will not suffice anymore. We used one as credit in customers' accounts and the other one as refund to customer. So the next now is advance payments. How do we make advance payments to vendor, or how
Pick that one.
do we get advance payments or
Ah!
customer deposits from our customers? So that's where, if you check through the manual in your hand, that is what we have. So, and that's what we have next. But before we do that, let's go to expenses. How we post expenses
Ilẹ̀ máa ń disturb.
in QuickBooks, and that's I think sheet number 9,
Jọ
if I'm
ṣe ní àpapọ̀
correct.
pẹ̀lú
So on the list here we have rent expense,
pẹ̀lú
utilities, internet expense, transportation and office supplies.
òun ta mọ́tò. Èèyàn á sọ wọn pé wo owó tóun ń san mí báyìí gan. Tí wọ́n bá ń ja ní pọ́ǹchì, wípé àwọn ọmọ onílé ń disturb ń bẹ̀ kí wọ́n máa já ń bẹ̀. Wọ́n máa fi wá ń já ń bẹ̀. Wọ́n á discover pé mọ́ra tó wà jẹ́. Dáná àwọn mọ́tò ló ń
Okay, so to do this, you come to write check. Write check. And don't forget, we need to create a petty account. Select add new. Say petty expenses accounts or interest accounts. And that will be created under bank. So select save and close. So now, before we can post anything into petty account, there must be money in that account. So if you go through what we have here, we have 250,000, 35,000, blah, 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 blah. So let's check the total. So the total of the expense we are making here is 345,000. So assuming we have 400,000 as our reimbursements. So how are we going to post that? Let me show you how that is done. You come to banking, transfer fund. So we are going to transfer from, let's select September. Let's check the transaction period. That's October all through. So let's select September as our reimbursement date. So you select 30th, transfer from where? From Zenith Bank to petty accounts. So what amount are we transferring? 400,000. So fund transfer. Under memo, you can say petty reimbursements. Petty reimbursements. Then you select save and close. So having done that, the next thing now will be to start posting our expenses. So on the 6th of October, there is a purchase of, there is an expense of office rents. That is under rent expense category, 250,000. We paid office rents 250,000 on the 6th of October. So how do we post that? Office rents 250,000. You come to write check. You select petty accounts. Then under pay to the order of, you will not select anything. Just select your dates. That is on the 6th. Select your date. Then you can see, put the memo here, office rents. Then this one you leave it as expense. Then you now select the expense account. In this case, the expense account will be rent expense. Under account, you put rent expense. Or if it is a lease, you put lease. You select lease. If you have lease in your chart of account, if lease is not there, you can come to add new and you create it. But in this case, we are selecting rent expense. Then the amount is 250,000. Here you put the same thing, office rent. Payment, you can say payment for office rent. In our advanced course, I will show you how this one is done, how to amortize this. And this can be the amortized parts of the rent. That is if you have accrued for the rent at the beginning of the year. But in this case now, for the purpose of the training, you just post it directly. So you are done with this. You can always put the name of the landlord, office, payment of office rent to blah blah blah, to so 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 person. Then you say save and new. So the next expense is utility, and that's payment for PHCN bill. PHCN bill on the 9th of October. Like I told you, pay to order of, you will not select anything because it's not a bill, it's a direct expense from your petty expenses. So payment for PHCN bill for September. You can always put the month for September. Then you select the accounts. So here we look for electricity bill under expense, advertising and promo no, automobile no, computer service charge no, depreciation dues blah 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 no, interest expense no. So we look for the right accounts to select. So now since there is no, okay, there is utility accounts, so we can select this. You can post it under utility accounts. So how much is the PHCN? 35,000. You can copy this and paste it here. So save and close. The next is MTN data subscription. MTN data subscription. What date is that? On the 15th. So MTN data subscription. So you select the accounts. So let's look for the right account for that. That can also be put under internet expenses. Let's check. Internet expenses, yeah. There's no internet expenses, so you can always create that. So to create, you come to add new. You select expense, continue. You say internet and data expenses. So you save and close. Then the amount is 20,000. Then save and new. The next expense item is delivery fuel. On the quotation. So if transportation is not there, you can create it. Come to add new again. Transportation expenses. The next is office stationery. Under office supplies on the 22. Select date 22. That is under office supplies. You paste the memo, the description of the item, and then the amount is 15,000. Save and close. So that is the end of posting of expenses. So now, how do we now check reports for all the items you have posted? Let's start from, you come to this place where you have reports. Let's start from sales. Let's look at our sales by customers. Let's select all. Then we expand this. So here you have, for the month of October, you have this, or you can say from January till date. You can filter your reports from here to here, or you can put all here. Here you can put today. If you put today, for instance, you see nothing here. So if you put all, or if you put last month, that's November, nothing is there. If you put here, you can put last fiscal quarter, nothing is here. You can put custom, then you select the date range. Let's say from July till December. Then you hello.